What is going on, guys? Politics Gaming here, and today we are going to be doing a rematch between Elizabeth Warren and Donald Trump. I don't really know why I'm calling it a rematch, but in any case, it is more of a just kind of like a, because the Elizabeth Warren one that I did last time is really popular, and some of you guys have been wanting me to make an update video more along the lines of what's going on with Ukraine and China and all that. So in any case, we are going to be doing this. So coming over to our first state, I do believe the state of Arizona will be going in the direction of the Republicans, but they are going to be won by a much slimmer margin than in 2016. Now, with the situation that's going on right now with impeachment, with more of a lot of these things going on, I don't believe this is hurting Donald Trump. I don't believe this is the nail in the coffin for the president, because his approval ratings continue to stay above 40%. It hasn't even dipped below 40%. At least in a couple of polls. Most of the polls I usually go off of Real Clear Politics, and the last time I actually paid attention to them, they actually were above 40. So in that case, I do believe Donald Trump is not being hurt by this impeachment inquiry, and I do not believe that anyone, and I honestly do believe it is a waste of time for the Democrats to even push for impeachment. So coming down to the state of Florida, I do believe he would win the state of Florida by about 200,000 votes. This is because with a lot of the things that have been going on, Florida does still support him. Coming in the state of Florida, Donald Trump is supported as of September 2019. However, according to Morning Consult, he is negative to net approval. However, that being close enough to the margin of error, I do believe in any case, if it were to come down to the wire, President Trump would take the state of Florida by about 200,000 votes, mostly being supported in these counties up north, more around not Tallahassee, but Pensacola and around there. I do believe he would actually be making some gains in Pensacola County, or whatever county that is called. Coming up north, we are going to be concentrating on these 5 states: Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and New Hampshire. I've already filled in Maine second, because I do believe in a lot of cases, in a lot of these predictions, Maine second would be going toward the Republicans. President Trump only needs to win 10 electoral votes to take the presidency back. He can win Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, or Pennsylvania, and then lose the rest. So coming over to Minnesota, he is pushing very, very hard for the state of Minnesota. Minnesota is a very strategic center for a lot of conservative politics because of Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar is a very central figure in Minnesota politics right now because of her outspoken nature, because she is a part of the quote-unquote squad, and because of the abstract normality of the Somali population center in the city of Minneapolis. Minneapolis has a very large Somali population. I do believe it makes up more than 15% of the population, but a lot of people say this is why blah 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 blah. I'm not saying this is like the reason why Minnesota would flip because of a Brexit style campaign. If it were to come to that, that would be really bad. But in any case, I do believe Minnesota would be going and staying with the Democrats as of now, as of October 14th, 2019. And then coming over to Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, Wisconsin and Michigan are very central industrial states. These states were central in the 2008 recession over 10 years ago. They lost so many jobs out of that recession that it's forced them basically to vote for a Republican, because the first guy to say, I'm going to bring jobs back, I'm going to do this and do that, a lot of unions who supported Democrats did not support Democrats. They supported a lot of Republican candidates, and I think a couple of unions did actually end up supporting Donald Trump. I do not believe Elizabeth Warren would be appealing to a lot of these unions in these states, especially in Pennsylvania, because Pennsylvania, I think Pennsylvania is actually a different story, and I'll get to that in a second, but in Wisconsin and Michigan, these states are more just industrial in nature. Pennsylvania, in difference, is because of their conservative nature. So coming over here, Wisconsin and Michigan would be going toward the Republicans in a likely scenario. More, I believe, in a combined amount of votes, I do believe these states would vote for the Republican in maybe a combined 150, 250,000 votes. And then coming over to Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania would be a very likely, I believe that Pennsylvania as of right now is likely Republican because of their conservative nature, because of the outskirts of Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. That and Pittsburgh is kind of a different story. They're more along the lines of Michigan and Wisconsin. So Pittsburgh is kind of like an outsider, but Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Metro basically controls the state. And if there's not enough turnout in that city and in the outskirts of that city, Pennsylvania will be going Republican. So unless Elizabeth Warren can get the turnout higher than Barack Obama in 2012 and actually get it higher than Hillary Clinton did in 2016, that is why she lost the state, by the way, then Pennsylvania would definitely be going toward the Republicans. In a very likely scenario, I do believe these states would be going toward the Republican and moving more conservatively, actually, in a combined maybe 500,000 votes, maybe under that. Coming over to the state of New Hampshire, I do believe, not because of a union sense, but a more of kind of like a Pennsylvania scenario, New Hampshire would be going very leaning Republican, and this is like, I don't know whether they can do this or not. This would be the first time they voted for a Republican since the year 2000. So I do believe that New Hampshire could actually vote Republican because of just their shifting demographics, their shifting conservative nature, and there's more conservatives in that state. Kind of, again, on the side of Pennsylvania, but then again, they are still a New England state. So it's a very unlikely yet likely scenario. So in any case, this is going to be my map for more of a rematch scenario, since you guys wanted an update video on Elizabeth Warren with current events going on right now. Again, I do not believe impeachment is hurting this president right now. I don't believe, even if he is impeached by the House, I do not believe he will lose the election. The reason I believe that is because, again, his approval ratings have not dropped significantly. If they were in the 20s, yeah, I'd be like, this would be a landslide for the Democrats. But with the same approval rating, I do believe that he could be the president to pull it off with a very unpopular rating. And maybe in a very likely scenario, I believe that this has a 65% chance of happening. I believe Donald Trump could be the first president to win the Electoral College, but then lose the popular vote in both elections that he's had. So if you guys agree with that, go ahead and leave a like on this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Share this video. Get my channel out there. We just hit 2,500 subscribers. Please, guys, let's go ahead and shoot for 5,000 in the next year. Maybe, I believe, maybe less than a year. I'm probably, okay, yeah, less than a year. Let's get this done in like 6 months. So 5,000 in the next 6 months. So guys, if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will be posting more of these videos in the future. So guys, thank you for watching this. Share the video, share my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.